You scan a parking sign to pay $2. 30 seconds later, your bank account is empty. You didn't get hacked. You did this to yourself. And tomorrow, you do it again. Meet Dave. He's about to show you the smartest dumb scam of the decade. It costs almost nothing to run. It needs zero hacking skills. And it works because of one little square you've completely stopped thinking about. This guy, the QR code. 10 years ago, nobody trusted these. Now they're everywhere. On menus, on posters, on parking meters, on the back of the seat in front of you. And somewhere along the way, you were quietly trained to do one thing. See square. Point phone. Don't think. Here's the problem. You can't read a QR code. Neither can I. It's just a pattern of dots. A little black box. You point your camera at it, and you trust completely that those dots will take you somewhere safe. That trust is the entire scam. Meet the scammer. He's not a hacker. He doesn't write a single line of code. He owns a printer. First, he makes his own QR code. It looks identical to a real one. Same square, same dots, same harmless little pattern. But his code doesn't point to the real parking website. It points to his. Then he does the most low-tech thing imaginable. He prints it on a sticker. He walks up to a real parking meter. He peels the backing. And he sticks his code right on top of the real one. Done. No alarm goes off. No camera stops him. It looks like it belongs there. Because now, it does. Then he walks away and waits for you. You show up. You're late. You see the square. You point your phone. You don't think. The code opens a website. And it's perfect. Same logo. Same colors. Same little enter your card to pay box you've seen 100 times. He copied the real page pixel for pixel. It took him one afternoon. So you do what you always do. You type in your card number, the expiry date, the 3 digits on the back. You hit pay. And here's the part that should scare you. The page works. It shows a little spinning wheel, then a green checkmark. Payment received. Sometimes it even bounces you to the real parking site afterward, so the meter accepts your plate. You drive off feeling completely normal. You don't feel robbed. You feel like you paid for parking. But behind that green checkmark, your card details just landed on the scammer's screen, in real time. Now, the clock starts. In the nastier versions, he doesn't even wait. The fake page asks you to verify with your bank. So in the background, it shoves your details into your real bank's login. Your bank does its job, it texts you a code. And the fake page asks you for that code. You hand it over. And that code was the only lock left on your account. By the time you pull out of the car park, money is already moving. Sometimes it's one clean charge. Sometimes your details get sold, and the charges start days later from 3 different countries while you're asleep. And where does your money actually go? Fast. The second a charge clears, it's flipped into gift cards, or crypto, or pushed through a chain of accounts that belong to other victims. By the time your bank flags it, it's 3 hops away and gone. The worst part? You have no idea where any of it came from. Because in your memory, you didn't do anything risky. You paid $2 for parking. That's the real genius of it. It hides inside a moment so boring, you'd never suspect it. And it's not just parking meters. He can stick his code on a restaurant menu, on a flyer taped to a lamppost, on the cable at an EV charging station, on a parcel locker in your building. He can mail you a fake parking fine with a code to pay now. He can text you a missed delivery notice, scan to reschedule. He can slap a sticker over the QR code on a charity poster, so your kindness goes straight into his pocket. Anywhere you'd expect a real code, he can leave a fake one. And you will never spot the difference, because there isn't one you can see. This even has a name now. Phishing, the old email scam, grew legs and went physical. So they call this one quishing, QR phishing. Now here's the psychology. And this is the part that makes it lethal. Think about how careful you'd be if a stranger asked you to wire $2,000. You'd ask questions. You'd hesitate. You'd almost certainly say no. Now think about $2 for parking while you're already late. Your brain doesn't guard small, boring payments. It guards the big, scary ones. So he isn't really after your $2. He's using the $2 to stroll straight past every alarm in your head. The tiny amount is the disguise. That is why this is exploding right now. Look at it from his side. The sticker costs pennies. The fake website is free. He never breaks into anything. You let him in. He can paper an entire city in one afternoon and vanish. There's no virus to trace. No system that got breached. Just a square of dots that wasn't his, sitting exactly where yours should be. So how do you not become this story? A few simple habits. I'll keep them quick. 1. Be suspicious of any QR code you didn't go looking for. A code in an email, in a text, on a random flyer, on a fine in the mail. Treat it like a stranger holding open a door. And the harder it pushes you to scan right now, the more you should stop. 2. At parking meters and chargers, look for a sticker. Press the edge with your thumbnail. A real code is printed into the machine. A scammer's code sits on top of it, peeling corners. A slightly crooked angle. One square quietly covering another. 3. Don't pay through the code. Pay around it. Type the company's website in yourself, or open their official app. It costs you 10 seconds, and it skips the trap completely. 4. When a page does load, read the address bar before you type one single thing. Scammers buy web addresses that look almost right. One letter off, an extra word, a strange ending. If the name looks even a little bit wrong, close it. And about that address. But my phone shows me the link before it opens. True, and reading it is smart. But the scammer knows you do that. So he buys an address one letter off the real one, or he hides it behind a shortener, so all you see is a jumble. A quick glance won't save you. You have to actually read the name, slowly, like it owes you money. 5. Never ever type a bank code or a one-time password into a page that a QR code sent you to. Your bank's own app is the only place that should ever need it. A website asking for the code your bank just texted you is the scam. Every single time. And one quiet upgrade. For payments like this, use a credit card or a virtual card, not your main debit card. A credit card isn't your actual money sitting there, and a fake charge is far easier to claw back. A scammer holding your debit details is holding the keys to your real account. So here's the whole thing, start to finish. The scam isn't clever code. It's a sticker, a copied web page, and a moment you were too busy to question. So the next time you see that little square, do one thing. Pause, just for a second, because the most expensive words in your wallet right now are these. C-square. Point phone. Don't think. Stay sharp out there. The next time a little square asks for your money, you'll know better. If this helped, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.